Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. My name is Zubair Sapra, and welcome back to another episode of Mystical Blah. The very first thing we got to do in this episode is to build ourselves another platform. One big platform later. First, let's claim this platform under our name so that mobs cannot harm this platform. And next thing I got, there is still some glass going on. This glass is going to be useful later. By the way, I love this smeltery because you can smelt so much stuff so quickly. I have filled up my smeltery and finally mobs have started spawning. The only reason why I built this platform was to make it so that the mobs can spawn. Yes, I got myself ender pearl. Now all I got to do is repeat this process over and over again.
16 paranoia-filled days later.
I have spent an eternity fighting, boxing mobs in this box. Next thing I am in need of is some blaze powder and some ender pearls. There are many ways to get ender pearls, but I am going to go with through dolls, creeping dolls to be specific. So how do you craft creeping dolls? I don't have those materials. So yeah, today we will be playing out with some action high-low, a little bit of an action high-low setup going on. So we need these barrels. We are going to create witch water in these barrels. And how do you create witch waters? It is very simple. Yeah, you basically place a barrel on top of mycelium and fill it with water, and it will eventually turn it into witch water. Now, this witch water is useful for many things. We are going to turn this sand into soul sand by simply placing it inside of witch water. I am going to be here converting a little bit of sand into soul sand.
You get the idea.
I have gotten myself 9 soul sand, which I am going to compress and sieve in hopes of getting myself some nether warts and glowstone. Let's try our luck. We got quartz. Seriously, my dude, I only needed some nether wart. Well, I guess I will be here for a while, just creating soul sand and sieving it. I have gotten myself some stuff, but there is some stuff I can't really get my hands on right here. I guess I got to go to another dimension, and that dimension is going to be the Twilight Forest. Now, building a portal to Twilight Forest is quite easy. I guess right here in this corner should be more than enough. Good enough. So in order to create a Twilight Forest, you need a 2x2 area of water surrounded by dirt, and then you are going to plant some flowers on top of this dirt. I know this looks really ugly, but I will get rid of it pretty soon. The only reason I am going to the Twilight Forest is to find some black flowers. I also need 1 diamond. Now all you got to do is throw this diamond inside of this ring of flowers. And the portal to Twilight Forest is ready. Now let's enter the portal and hope for a good spawn. You got to be goddamn kidding me. What is this? What is this kind of bad luck? Lag, go away. Please come back another day because I have a giant boss to fight. Thank God I have this armor, or else without any kind of armor I would have been dead by now. Normally this dimension does not lag that much for me, but for some reason today it has decided to lag a lot. A fully charged attack with this cleaver does a lot of damage. It chunks the health a lot. Yes, well, that was an unexpected start to the journey. Now that I can keep my portal in check, I got to go outside of the arena, adventuring in the forest in order to find myself some black flowers.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I have been fucking for so long looking for this goddamn singular flower. It was so painful. I ran out of food. I fought 2 Nagas. Killed one of them and ran away from the other one because I did not have enough food. Killed a frog. It was such a pain in the neck to get. And now in order to easily duplicate it, all I got to do is turn into mystical petals, plant them, and run. Then I can shear them, right? Then I can shear them. Turn them into petals again, place the petals down, run, and then shear them. And this way I can easily duplicate them. I also have turned my sheep into red sheep so that I can collect their wool, which is going to be useful later. Alright, the only reason I went through all that trouble such a long time is to get my hands on some ender pearls. I can do that by creating some dolls from extra high-low. And dolls can be created with the help of porcelain clay, and the sacrificing a diamond will create doll, which I can turn into an Enderman doll. But before that, I guess I got to duplicate my nether warts. I only have one of them. There is some soul sand to plant the nether wart. They can't be duplicated by running around. And in that case, I guess I will be waiting here for the nether wart to grow. While that is going on, I can craft some other things, I guess. By starting from mob fans. I am going to need 3 of them. Because today I will be creating a fully automatic mob farm, because mob drives are are actually very important. I got myself some fans. I also need some glass. Talking like that, I guess I got to craft myself some tinted glass. The mob measure have been created, and rest of the things are going to require some ender pearls, and that is why I am waiting for these nether warts to grow.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
I got just a little bit of nether wart. It is time to create ourselves some Enderman dolls. First, black dye, which is going to require the flower that we got. So let's convert half of them into petals and dye. I got myself 2 dolls, but I guess I am going to need more of them. I guess 3 Enderman dolls should be more than fine enough. There we go with some witch water. Now this should spawn myself an Enderman. Yes. What a beauty! I got myself a compressed Enderman.
Later.
You know, I was extremely lucky right there. Even though I only got just 2 of ender pearls.
Eventually.
These much ender pearls should be more than enough. And thus, it is time to start working on our mob farm. I have crafted all that, but first I got to craft myself a singularity tank, which is going to be turned into an XP drain singularity tank, which is going to require 2 IFs of ender. That is why I was looking so hard for those goddamn endermen. It has taken some time, but finally I have gotten my hands on an XP drain. What it does is, when you stand on top of the XP drain, it takes XP away from you. I am going to use this to create XP buckets. 4 fluid XP buckets, which are going to be turned into GM's chicken feed. The cursed kind. Time to sacrifice a chicken. Which one of you chickens want to be turned into KFC? I guess you have been chosen. I am going to save this right here, because I am going to craft myself some other important stuff. So an absorption hopper is going to be an absolute necessity in order to create this mob farm. An ender inhibitor, I am going to need a bunch of feathers, which means it's time to breed my chickens. While the chickens are growing, I am going to repair my armor. Alright, how to set up a mob grinding utils mob farm. Step 1, get yourself a 5x5 area of dirt. Already done right here. Step 2 is to get yourself a redstone block. Step 3 is to sleep, because the night is scary. Step 4, next step is going to be get your mob measure out. And this one. This is going to be the thing that will kill the mobs. And now I got to construct things around it. The very first thing I got to do is front wall. This is going to be my front wall, and I am going to place my ender inhibitor right in the front. It stops the enderman from teleporting everywhere. And now I got to do is enclose this box. And by enclosing, I mean lay out my fans that are going to push the mobs. 3 fans are going to be used, 1, 2, and 3. Next question is how you activate them. I guess levers are going to be the best option for me. Lever 1, lever 2, and lever 3. Next step is to completely conceal this box. Before we activate the farm, we need to create ourselves a collection system, which is going to collect all our drops. And that is where this absorption hopper comes into play. This is going to be placed right here, and the area is perfectly done. In order to take output from that, I need to get myself some kind of storage solution. That is where I am going to be moving all of this stuff from here, for the sole reason of creating myself some kind of storage solution. And that is where I am going to use storage drawers. And there is a jumbo tank, which is going to be used for storing the experience, and there is a drawer controller.
One debt to society later.
I have gone ahead and done some trim and some a drawer controller slave shenanigans to connect my controller from there to here. With all that out of the way, it is almost time to start. It is almost time to restart the mob farm. Since this part is mostly hidden, I don't really care about this looking like this, like completely awful. We created this radeon, which is going to create a 5x5 area of. This radeon creates a 5x5 area of mob spawns, which means that mobs are just constantly being spawned. Now all I got to do is try my best to place this right in the middle. Like right here. And now the mob farm is working. Are there any kind of drops rolling in? Oh, I forgot that I have to configure this as well. South is going to be where fluids will be going, and north is going to be receiving items. Beautiful. Absolutely pretty gorgeous. It is working now. Now we will be getting all kind of different drops. Still the efficiency is still a little bit lacking, but we are going to be getting all kind of different drops. I can increase the efficiency by just sacrificing some more chickens. Alright, a little while later I have finally gotten my hands on storage mode, which means we can access our storage from anywhere else in the map. I also got to force load these chunks so that my mob farm is almost always running, giving me more and more drops. Next, I got to go on an adventure to get myself a lot of obsidian. I am not kidding when I say I have gotten a lot of obsidian, but I definitely have gotten a lot of obsidian. And now all I got to do is craft myself some wide upgrades. Yes, 16 upgrades enough for now. This gets. The last thing for today is to get ourselves set up with some seeds. This right here should be good enough for the seeds. I can just move these barrels out of the way and set up my seed system. And in order to set up my seed system, I am going to need a lot of red carpet to be exact. In order to craft ourselves seed system going, we are going to need an infusion altar. There we go with the infusion altar. I also got to get myself a redstone block. Wherever I place this infusion altar, I have to place a redstone block to make it so that I don't have to manually activate it every single time. And next thing I am going to require is 8 of these infusion pedestals, and let's place them on their template. And there we go. Infusion altar is ready, and now it is time to craft up some seeds. Air seeds. What do you need for air seeds? You need gravel, clay, dirt, and glass bottles. So it is our job to craft ourselves some air seeds. Alright. And in order to craft air seeds, we need air agglomeration. So how does that go? We need for agglomeration, for not inferium seed, we need inferium essence. What the hell was I thinking right there? We have gotten our hands on air seeds, which I can easily duplicate. Earth requires Earth agglomeration. I have gotten my hands on some grass, and now I can get myself earth seeds. So let's go craft ourselves some earth seeds, 4 agglomeration, and 4 inferium essence, with the prosperity seed in the middle. Ta-da! We have acquired earth seed. On the next step of chain is going to be water seeds, which are going to require water agglomeration. The water seeds have been obtained as well, and the final seed for today has been obtained as well. The fire seed. This is basically going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.